Time to check out wheels and tires for the new Jeep Gladiator Mojave. You know I had to do it. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Automotive JT. That's right, it's time for some new wheels and tires on my new Jeep Gladiator Mojave. You know, it couldn't be long. I had to change them out for a couple reasons. Number one, it has the Falcon Wild Peak MTs. That's Mary Tom mud terrains. They're kind of rough. I'm not really digging the mud terrains. Plus, I would have changed them out anyway, along with the wheels, because frankly, they're tucked too far in the wheel well. I like a little bit of wheel poke on my Jeep Gladiators, on any truck really. Matter of fact, on any car for that matter. So it's something I had to do. So as you can see in the beginning, we journeyed over to Discount Tire today. I really should buy stock in that place. I think I've bought 5 sets of tires in the last 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. I got a lot of money tied up at Discount Tire. But anyway, we took a ride over, and I gotta say, first of all, I was a little disappointed. Supply right now is horrible, as you can imagine. You keep hearing about all the supply chain problems and lack of materials and lack of products, and it's certainly true in the wheel industry. You know, my first choice was a bronze with some black accenting in it. And I thought that would look really cool with the Snazberry color. But there's only 3 in the nation, and they're back ordered until like September. That's assuming they even get built or made before then. So I'm not a patient person. I'm not waiting. Moved on to choice number 2. Choice number 2 was not available at all in the offset I want. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But not available in the offset that I wanted. I could get them in a -12, which would have poked the tires out, I guess, even a little bit more than what I wanted, but I did not want that. I like the offset that I had on my previous 2 Jeep Gladiators, so we're going for that. I had to move to my 3rd choice. My 3rd choice are the Fuel Sledge wheels. They're a 17 by 9 inch with a 1 millimeter offset. And I find that gives me about 2 inches or so outside of the wheel well, which I really dig. I think that looks really good on the Jeep Gladiator Mojave. As I said, I had it on the other 2. Now, the disappointing part about this, a little bit for me, is the wheel itself. I like the wheel, don't get me wrong, but I wanted bronze. These wheels are black, and you can check them out if you want. Again, they're Fuel Sledge. But they're gonna be black. There's a little bit of chrome in the cap that's around them. I'm gonna have them leave the caps off, and I'll be doing a little bit of a mod for that because I don't want any chrome on the wheels. We'll see how that turns out. Who knows, maybe I'll touch them with a little bit of bronze just to get that little bronze look that I wanted. I don't know if that would look good or not. But the reason I'm disappointed is because it's the same wheel that I had on my last Jeep Gladiator, on the Sport S, the white that I gave to my mother. So that's the disappointing part, but I do like the wheel, or I wouldn't have gotten them. I'd have gone with something completely different. Now, let's talk about tires. I mentioned the Falcon Wild Peak MTs. I don't dig the MTs. I'm going with a Falcon Wild Peak AT3W. I think that is an awesome tire for any truck. It provides a fairly quiet ride. I mean, it is a more aggressive tire, so you're going to be able to hear it, let's be honest, but much smoother. It gives you a much smoother ride. It's not like it glides along like you're, on air or anything. Well, you actually are on air inside of the tires. But it's a much smoother ride. I've been very impressed with them so far in rain. They're not as slippery as others that I've had, like the Nitto Ridge Grapplers. Love the look of the Nitto Ridge Grapplers, hate the daily feel of them, if you will, particularly in rain. Very slippery, and I suppose that's because of the compound, because they're an off-road, more off-road type tire than the Falcon AT3Ws, the Wild Peaks. Size-wise, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a 285/70 R17. I could have gone with an 18, but in my experience, the more tread wall you have, the better off you're going to be, and the more you're going to be happy with what you've got. So I did not want to go with anything that had a smaller tread wall than what I currently have or had on my previous Jeep Gladiator. Now, let's talk about lead time, because that seems to be the key with anything you're doing these days. Lead time is about 3 or 4 days on the wheels and a couple of days or less on the tires. The tires are much more available right now than the wheels are, it seems. And really, though, it's only because of shipping. The wheels that I'm getting have to come to South Texas from Dallas, so it's a couple, 3 days. My experience with Discount Tire, just so you guys know, in case you're in the market and you're looking, 2 to 3 days usually means 1 to 2. So I suspect by Wednesday or so this week, it's currently Monday. I know this video is not going to be posted in any kind of sequential time frame. Well, sequential time frame in the future. But nonetheless, 2 days is what I'm expecting. So by the third or fourth day, I should be able to have them installed on the truck. Now, I'll be very interested to see what they feel like compared to these MTs. The MTs are what came on the truck. I've been driving around for a while, put a few miles on these, and I would never buy MTs. I don't think it's a fault of Falcon Wild Peaks. I think Falcon makes a great tire, but I think the MTs are just too aggressive for street driving, for me. If you're not sensitive to that, it's not going to be a problem for you. Now, a couple other things I wanted to mention. There's something funny while I was at the shop at Discount Tire. They're running a push right now on windshield wiper blades. And I'll tell you what, while I was standing there, and of course, we had to look around for different suppliers and different stock levels. But while I was standing there, he must have sold, I'm guessing, about 4 or 5 sets of wiper blades. Everybody that was in there looking to do anything with tires, in other words, the people that were getting work done, he suggested that they replace their wiper blades. And man, is he successful at it. This guy ought to win like Salesman of the Month or something for windshield wiper blades. Another thing, and this you'll almost have to ask for, it seems, and that is whether or not they'll give you anything for your existing tires. You know, the tires that are on the Jeep Gladiator Mojave right now are pretty darn new. I just today turned 1,900 miles. I'm sitting at 1,900 miles flat. That's all the miles these tires have on them. So I took him out there. First I asked him, will you give me anything for the wheels and tires? Nothing for the wheels, so keep those. You can sell them yourself, but they do give you money for the tires. The maximum amount, he says, is $100 each, which is what I got. So I got $400 for the tires. Honestly, if I was trying to sell them, in my experience, I'd be lucky to get $400 to $600 for them, selling them outright. So for me, I don't have to screw with the tires now, and I can make a little extra money on the wheels, which are Jeep wheels. They're just plain black Jeep wheels, but I'll be able to sell those too. I don't think any problem. So anyway, that's the scoop. That's what I'm doing. New wheels and tires for my new Jeep Gladiator Mojave. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive MT, all about mini trucks, currently my Hyundai Santa Cruz, and Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and stay tuned. We'll be doing a reveal once I have the wheels and tires on the truck. Thanks for watching. Bye.